Question 1. Scenario-based question. Mr. Roberts, a homeowner in New Jersey, has filed a claim for damages caused by a recent storm. His home sustained roof damage and the interior was affected by water leakage. Mr. Roberts holds a standard homeowner's policy with replacement cost coverage. However, the policy includes an endorsement that limits the replacement cost coverage to a specified amount and the cost to repair the roof exceeds that amount. Mr. Roberts is upset, claiming he was not aware of the endorsement limitation when he purchased the policy. Which of the following is the best course of action for the claims adjuster? A. The claims adjuster should deny the claim for the excess amount, citing the endorsement limitation as the reason. B. The claims adjuster should inform Mr. Roberts about the endorsement limitation and offer to help him negotiate a higher settlement with the insurer. C. The claims adjuster should waive the endorsement limitation to ensure the policyholder is fully compensated for the roof replacement. D. The claims adjuster should offer replacement costs settlement for the entire repair cost without regard to the endorsement limitation. Answer. B. The claims adjuster should inform Mr. Roberts about the endorsement limitation and offer to help him negotiate a higher settlement with the insurer. Explanation. In this case, the claims adjuster is required to explain the policy's coverage limits, including any endorsements, to the policyholder. Insurance contracts are governed by the principle of utmost good faith, ubirmi fide, which means both parties, the insurer and the insured, must disclose all material facts. Although Mr. Roberts may not have been aware of the endorsement limitation, the insurer is obligated to adhere to the contract's terms once the policy is in force. The claims adjuster's role is to ensure that the policyholder is fully informed about their coverage and work with the insurer to ensure the claim is processed within the terms of the contract. If there is room for negotiation, the claims adjuster can assist in discussions with the insurer but cannot waive policy terms. Question 2. Which of the following is an example of a violation under the New Jersey Unfair Trade Practices Law in insurance? A. An insurance company offers a policy with a low premium and excessive exclusions in the fine print, but fails to disclose these exclusions to the customer. B. A claims adjuster fails to inform the insured of their duty to notify the insurer within 24 hours of an accident. C. An insurer applies a 5% increase in premiums after the first year of coverage without prior notice or explanation to the policyholder. D. A policyholder refuses to cooperate with the adjuster during a claim investigation. Answer. A. An insurance company offers a policy with a low premium and excessive exclusions in the fine print, but fails to disclose these exclusions to the customer. Explanation. Under the New Jersey Unfair Trade Practices Act, insurers and agents are prohibited from engaging in deceptive, misleading, or unfair practices. The situation described in option A is a clear violation because the insurer is engaging in misrepresentation by offering a policy with exclusions that are not clearly communicated to the customer. Such practices violate the duty of disclosure and fair dealing required under New Jersey law. Failing to disclose exclusions undermines the concept of insurable interest, as the insured would be unaware of the critical limitations in their coverage. The other options do not represent violations of the law, as they involve standard claims handling or operational procedures that are not deceptive. Question 3. Which of the following statements regarding subrogation is most accurate under New Jersey law? A. Subrogation allows an insurance company to recover its payment to the insured by seeking damages from a third party responsible for the loss, but it is not allowed in cases of bodily injury claims. B. Subrogation applies only in the case of liability claims where the insurer has paid for the policyholder's damages caused by a third party's negligence. C. Subrogation allows the insurer to recover damages from a third party after the insurer has paid the policyholder, but the insured must be reimbursed for any amounts recovered from the third party. D. Subrogation prevents the insured from seeking compensation from the responsible party for the same loss that the insurer has paid. Answer. C. Subrogation allows the insurer to recover damages from a third party after the insurer has paid the policyholder, but the insured must be reimbursed for any amounts recovered from the third party. Explanation. Subrogation is a key principle in claims adjusting that ensures fairness and prevents double recovery. Once the insurer pays the policyholder for a covered loss, the insurer acquires the right to pursue a claim against a third party who is responsible for the loss. G. Another driver in a car accident. The purpose of subrogation is to allow the insurer to recover the amount it paid out from the responsible party. However, under New Jersey law, any recovery from the third party that exceeds the insurer's payout must be returned to the insured to avoid unjust enrichment. The other options are incorrect because option A is wrong because subrogation applies to both property and bodily injury claims, not just property damage. Option B is incomplete because subrogation can apply in many situations, not just liability claims. Option D is incorrect because subrogation does not prevent the insured from seeking compensation, but it prevents them from collecting twice for the same loss. Question 4. Which of the following is an example of insurable interest under New Jersey property insurance law? A tenant purchasing insurance for a property they lease but do not own. B. A relative purchasing insurance for the home of a family member who is deceased. C. A business purchasing insurance for a building that it does not own or lease but is located near its operations. D. A person purchasing insurance for a property they own but have no legal rights to. Answer A. The tenant purchasing insurance for a property they lease but do not own. Explanation. Under New Jersey insurance law, an individual must have an insurable interest in the property they seek to insure. Insurable interest means that the individual must stand to lose financially or suffer a legal obligation if the property is damaged or destroyed. A tenant who leases a property has a legitimate financial stake in the property because they are responsible for the value of the personal property inside and their liability for damages. The other options are incorrect because option B is incorrect because a deceased person cannot be the subject of an insurance policy as the purchaser must have a valid financial interest in the property at the time of purchase. Option C is incorrect because a business must have a financial or legal stake in the property to insure it. Option D is incorrect because legal rights are required for insurable interest. Question 5. Which of the following is true regarding replacement cost? RC, an actual cash value, a CV in property insurance. A. RC reimburses the insured for the actual value of the property at the time of the loss, while a CV reimburses the insured for the full cost of replacing the property. B. ACV is the replacement cost of the property minus depreciation, while RC pays the full cost of replacing the property without any deduction for depreciation. C. RC and ACV are interchangeable terms in property insurance and can be used in the same context. DACV reimburses the insured for the cost of repairing damaged property, while RC reimburses for the cost of replacing the property in the same condition as before. Answer. BACV is the replacement cost of the property minus depreciation, while RC pays the full cost of replacing the property without any deduction for depreciation. Explanation. In property insurance, replacement cost, RC, is the amount needed to replace damaged or destroyed property with new materials of like kind and quality, without accounting for depreciation. Actual cash value, ACV, on the other hand, is the replacement cost minus depreciation for the age and condition of the property at the time of the loss. The correct answer is B because it accurately describes the difference between ACV and RC. The other options are incorrect because option A incorrectly swaps the definitions of RC and ACV. Option C is incorrect as RC and ACV are distinct concepts in property insurance. Option D is incorrect because RC does not include depreciation, whereas ACV does. Question 6. Which of the following actions by a claims adjuster could lead to a violation of ethical standards under New Jersey insurance law? A. A claims adjuster delays the claims process to give the insurer more time to investigate the claim thoroughly. B. A claims adjuster offers the insured a settlement amount based on the fair market value of the property, even though the policy covers replacement cost. C. A claims adjuster advises the insured to seek legal counsel when the claim may result in a complex legal dispute. D. A claims adjuster informs the insured of their rights to an appeal after a claim is denied. Answer. B. A claims adjuster offers the insured a settlement amount based on the fair market value of the property, even though the policy covers replacement cost. Explanation. Under New Jersey insurance regulations, claims adjusters have an ethical obligation to ensure that claims are handled in accordance with the terms of the insurance policy. Offering a settlement based on fair market value instead of replacement cost when the policy specifically covers replacement cost is a violation of ethical standards and a misrepresentation of the policy's terms. This could also be seen as bad faith in handling the claim. The other actions are acceptable practices. Option A is permissible if the delay is justifiable due to the need for thorough investigation. Option C is ethical because the adjuster is encouraging the insured to seek legal advice if needed. Option D is required under law to ensure the insured's rights are protected. Question 7. Which of the following is true regarding New Jersey's no-fault insurance law? A. No-fault insurance applies to all types of insurance policies, including homeowners and commercial property insurance. B. The no-fault system covers medical expenses, lost wages, and other costs regardless of who is at fault for the accident. C. New Jersey's no-fault system eliminates the right to sue for damages unless there are serious injuries. D. No-fault insurance is optional in New Jersey and drivers can choose whether to opt into the system. Answer: C. New Jersey's no-fault system eliminates the right to sue for damages unless there are serious injuries. Explanation: under New Jersey's no-fault insurance law, individuals involved in automobile accidents generally cannot sue for pain and suffering or other non-economic damages unless the injuries meet a serious injury threshold as defined by the law. This system is designed to streamline the claims process and reduce litigation by limiting lawsuits for certain types of claims. Option B is partially correct but lacks the distinction of serious injury thresholds. Option A is incorrect because no-fault insurance applies specifically to auto insurance, not homeowners or commercial property insurance. Option D is incorrect because no-fault insurance is mandatory in New Jersey. Question 8. Which of the following would be considered a valid reason for a claims adjuster to deny a claim under New Jersey law? 8. The insured did not notify the insurer of a claim within the time limit specified in the policy. B. The insured's claim exceeds the policy's coverage limits even though the damages are valid and well documented. C. The insured failed to maintain the property in a reasonable condition, leading to damages over time. D. The insured's claim was caused by a natural disaster but was not covered by the policy's exclusions. Answer A. The insured did not notify the insurer of a claim within the time limit specified in the policy. Explanation: in most insurance policies, there is a notice of loss provision that requires the insured to report the claim within a specified time frame after the loss occurs. If the insured fails to meet this requirement, the insurer can deny the claim even if the damages are legitimate. Option B is incorrect because exceeding coverage limits does not automatically mean a claim should be denied, but rather that the insurer will pay up to the policy limit. Option C is incorrect because the failure to maintain the property may affect the amount of the settlement, but would not necessarily be a reason to deny the claim outright. Option D is incorrect because it describes a valid scenario where the policy may have exclusions related to natural disasters. Question 9. What is the primary purpose of subrogation in the claims process? A. To allow the insured to recover the deductible amount from the third party responsible for the loss. B. To enable the insurer to recover money paid to the insured from the responsible party. C. To ensure that the insured is compensated twice for the same loss. D. To prevent the insured from filing claims against third parties for losses already covered by insurance. Answer: B. To enable the insurer to recover money paid to the insured from the responsible party. Explanation: subrogation is a fundamental principle that allows an insurance company to recover the amount it paid to the insured from a third party responsible for the loss. This ensures that the insurer is not unfairly burdened with the cost of a claim that was the result of someone else's negligence or fault. Option A is incorrect because the deductible is generally not recoverable through subrogation. Option C is incorrect because subrogation prevents double recovery. Option D is incorrect because subrogation does not prevent the insured from pursuing claims, but it does ensure the insurer can recover payments from the responsible party. Question 10. Which of the following statements is true regarding underwriting in the context of insurance? A. Underwriting involves determining the cost of premiums for a specific policy based on the risk assessment of the insured. B. Underwriting is solely concerned with determining the amount of coverage the insured needs. C. Underwriting is the process of investigating the insured's claim to determine the validity and settlement. D. Underwriting only takes place after a claim has been filed to assess the claim's validity. Answer A. Underwriting involves determining the cost of premiums for a specific policy based on the risk assessment of the insured. Explanation: underwriting is the process of evaluating the risk of insuring a potential policyholder and determining the appropriate premium based on the risk assessment. It involves a thorough review of the applicant's details, such as health, occupation, driving history, and any other factors that might impact the insurer's risk. The goal is to assess whether the insurer can accept the risk and at what cost. Underwriting is done before a policy is issued and is not related to the process of claims investigation, settlement, or determining the amount of coverage needed by the insured. Question 11. Which of the following would not be considered a covered peril in a standard homeowner's insurance policy in New Jersey? A. Fire damage to the home. B. Vandalism. C. Flood damage. D. Theft of personal property. Answer C. Flood damage. Explanation: in a standard homeowner's insurance policy, flood damage is not a covered peril. Flood insurance must be purchased separately through the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, or other providers. Fire damage, A. Vandalism, B. And theft D are all typically covered perils in a standard homeowners policy. Therefore, flood damage is the only exception in this list. Question 12. In the context of an auto insurance policy in New Jersey, which of the following types of coverage is mandatory? A. Collision coverage. B. Comprehensive coverage. C. Personal injury protection, PIP. D. Uninsured motorist coverage. Answer: C. Personal injury protection, PIP. Explanation: New Jersey law requires personal injury protection, PIP coverage for all auto insurance policies. This provides medical benefits and lost wages regardless of who is at fault in the accident. Collision A and comprehensive coverage, B, are optional. Uninsured motorist coverage, D, is also required in New Jersey unless the policyholder opts out in writing. Question 13. Which of the following is an example of an exclusion under a typical property insurance policy in New Jersey? A. Theft of personal property from a vehicle. B. Damage caused by a fallen tree during a storm. C. Damage caused by wear and tear or gradual deterioration. D. Fire damage to the home. Answer: C. Damage caused by wear and tear or gradual deterioration. Explanation: Most property insurance policies, including homeowners policies, exclude damage caused by wear and tear or gradual deterioration. This is considered maintenance-related damage, not an insurable risk. Theft A. Storm damage, B, and fire, D, are typically covered unless specified exclusions apply. Question 14. Which of the following is not a factor typically considered by an underwriter when assessing an applicant for homeowners insurance in New Jersey? A. The applicant's credit score. B. The age of the applicant. C. The condition of the property. D. The location of the property. Answer: B. The age of the applicant. Explanation: When underwriting homeowners insurance, underwriters evaluate factors such as the condition of the property, C. The location, D. G. Risk of flooding, crime rate, etc., and the applicant's credit score, A, as it can be an indicator of risk. However, the age of the applicant, B, is generally not a significant factor in the underwriting process unless it affects the type of coverage requested or the applicant's risk profile in some way. Question 15. In New Jersey, if a policyholder has underinsured motorist coverage, what does it provide in the event of an accident? A. Coverage for medical expenses, property damage, and lost wages if the other driver is at fault and cannot cover the full costs. B. A cash settlement for damage to the insured vehicle even if the other driver has insurance. C. A payout to cover medical expenses for injuries sustained in the insured vehicle regardless of fault. D. A payout for damages to the insured's property, but only if the other driver is uninsured. Answer: A. Coverage for medical expenses, property damage, and lost wages if the other driver is at fault and cannot cover the full costs. Explanation: Underinsured motorist coverage is designed to provide compensation when the at-fault driver does not have enough insurance to cover the damages. This can include medical expenses, property damage, and lost wages. It is important to note that this coverage is specifically for situations where the other driver's coverage is insufficient, not for when the driver is entirely uninsured. Question 16. Which of the following statements is false regarding the New Jersey Property Liability Insurance Guarantee Association? A. B. Protects policyholders in the event of an insurer's insolvency. B. It provides coverage for all types of insurance policies, including health and life insurance. C. It covers claims for unpaid claims when an insurer becomes financially unable to meet its obligations. D. It provides a maximum limit on claims paid, which varies depending on the type of insurance. Answer: B. It provides coverage for all types of insurance policies, including health and life insurance. Explanation: The New Jersey Property Liability Insurance Guarantee Association covers claims related to property and casualty insurance policies when the insurer becomes insolvent. It does not cover life or health insurance claims. The association helps protect policyholders from financial loss in the event of an insurer's insolvency, with specific limits based on the type of policy. Question 17. Which of the following is a primary benefit of umbrella insurance in New Jersey? A. It provides additional coverage for property damage caused by a flood. B. It extends liability coverage beyond the limits of the underlying policies. C. It covers medical expenses after an accident regardless of fault. D. It is required for all homeowners and auto insurance policies. Answer: B. It extends liability coverage beyond the limits of the underlying policies. Explanation: Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage above and beyond the limits of homeowners, auto, or other underlying policies. It is useful for protecting against large claims that could exceed the limits of these policies. Umbrella insurance does not typically cover flood damage, or medical expenses, unless it is related to a liability claim. It is also not required for homeowners or auto policies. Question 18. Which of the following is the purpose of risk management in the context of claims adjusting in New Jersey? A. To identify, assess, and reduce the risk of financial loss to insurers and policyholders. B. To investigate fraudulent claims and determine the validity of each claim. C. To set the premium rates for policies based on claims history. D. To guarantee that policyholders will always receive full compensation for their claims. Answer A. To identify, assess, and reduce the risk of financial loss to insurers and policyholders. Explanation. Risk management is the process of identifying, assessing, and reducing the likelihood and impact of potential risks both for insurers and policyholders. It involves preventing loss or mitigating the financial impact of losses. It does not focus on investigating fraud, B, or determining premiums, C, directly. It also doesn't guarantee full compensation for claims, D, as that depends on the specifics of the policy. Question 19. Which of the following is not typically covered under a New Jersey renter's insurance policy? A. Personal property damage due to fire. B. Loss of use, such as additional living expenses after a covered event. C. Liability protection for injuries that occur within the rented apartment. D. Damage to the structure of the rental property. Answer. D. Damage to the structure of the rental property. Explanation. A renter's insurance policy generally covers personal property damage, A. Loss of use, B. And liability protection, C. In case someone is injured while on the premises. However, it does not cover damage to the structure of the rental property, D. Because that is typically the responsibility of the landlord and covered by their building insurance. Question 20. Which of the following statements about fraudulent claims in New Jersey is true? A. Claims adjusters are required to approve claims regardless of their validity, even if the evidence suggests fraud. B. Fraudulent claims can result in criminal charges and a denial of benefits. C. Fraudulent claims are usually resolved without any legal consequences in New Jersey. D. Claims adjusters are not responsible for identifying fraudulent claims in New Jersey. Answer. B. Fraudulent claims can result in criminal charges and a denial of benefits. Explanation. In New Jersey, submitting fraudulent claims can result in severe consequences, including criminal charges and denial of benefits. Claims adjusters are responsible for identifying and investigating potential fraud, as insurance fraud is a criminal offense. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Option A is incorrect because adjusters are obligated to investigate the validity of claims. Option C is incorrect because fraudulent claims do carry legal consequences. Option D is incorrect because adjusters do play a role in detecting fraud. Question 21. Which of the following would not be covered under a standard New Jersey homeowners insurance policy? A. A tree falls on the insured's roof during a storm. B. The insured's dog bites a visitor, causing injury. C. The insured's personal property is stolen from their vehicle. D. The insured's home is damaged by an earthquake. Answer. D. The insured's home is damaged by an earthquake. Explanation. A standard homeowner's insurance policy in New Jersey typically does not cover damage caused by earthquakes. Earthquake coverage must be purchased separately through an endorsement or a separate policy. However, damage from a falling tree, A. Dog bites, B. And theft from a vehicle, C. are typically covered under most standard homeowners policies, subject to specific conditions. Question 22. In New Jersey, an adjuster's primary responsibility is to A. Negotiate settlements on behalf of the policyholder. B. Determine the cause of loss and the extent of damages. C. Issue policy renewals and endorsements. D. Write policies for new clients. Answer. B. Determine the cause of loss and the extent of damages. Explanation. An adjuster's main responsibility is to determine the cause of the loss and evaluate the extent of damages. Adjusters review claims, assess damages, and determine the amount of compensation the insurer is liable for, but they do not typically negotiate settlements on behalf of the policyholder, issue renewals or endorsements, C. or write new policies, D. Question 23. Which of the following is true regarding the New Jersey Workers' Compensation Insurance Law? A. Workers' compensation insurance covers injuries sustained while an employee is traveling to or from work. B. Employers are required to carry workers' compensation insurance for their employees. C. Workers' compensation claims can be denied if the employee is found to be at fault. D. Workers' compensation insurance covers only medical expenses related to work-related injuries. Answer. B. Employers are required to carry workers' compensation insurance for their employees. Explanation. Under New Jersey law, employers are required to carry workers' compensation insurance for their employees. This insurance provides coverage for medical expenses, lost wages, and rehabilitation costs due to work-related injuries. However, personal injuries sustained during commuting are not typically covered. Claims can be denied if the injury is intentional or occurs outside the course of employment, but fault is not a factor in most claims. C. Workers' compensation covers more than just medical expenses. It also includes lost wages and rehabilitation costs. D. Question 24. Which of the following statements best describes the New Jersey no-fault auto insurance system? A. It allows individuals to sue for pain and suffering if the injury exceeds a specific monetary threshold. B. It allows drivers to sue the at-fault driver for all damages, regardless of their own coverage. C. It eliminates the requirement for drivers to carry personal injury protection (PIP) insurance. D. It allows individuals to collect compensation only from the at-fault driver's insurance. Correct answer: A. It allows individuals to sue for pain and suffering if the injury exceeds a specific monetary threshold. Explanation: New Jersey follows a no-fault insurance system that requires drivers to carry personal injury protection (PIP), which covers medical expenses and lost wages regardless of fault. However, individuals can sue for pain and suffering if the injury exceeds a specific threshold, usually defined by severity of injury or monetary limits. This makes option A the correct answer. In a no-fault system, drivers generally cannot sue for damages unless specific conditions are met. B. They must carry PIP coverage. C. And they can collect compensation from their own insurer in case of injury. D. Question 25. In New Jersey, which of the following would typically be covered by flood insurance? A. Damage to personal property caused by heavy rain entering the home. B. Damage to the home caused by a burst pipe. C. Damage to personal property caused by rising water levels during a storm. D. Damage caused by a fire that starts during a flood. Answer: C. Damage to personal property caused by rising water levels during a storm. Explanation: Flood insurance is designed to cover damage caused by rising water levels, such as during heavy storms or floods, which is not covered by standard homeowners insurance. Rainwater entering the home may, or a burst pipe be, not typically covered by flood insurance. Fire damage, D, is usually covered under a standard homeowner's policy, but not in the event of a flood, as it would be a separate peril. Question 26. If a policyholder in New Jersey has an insurance policy with an endorsement for replacement cost coverage, which of the following is true? A. The insurance company will pay only the depreciated value of the property at the time of the claim. B. The policyholder will receive the full value of replacing the damaged property without any deduction for depreciation. C. The policyholder will be reimbursed for repairs and upgrades made to the property. D. The insurance policy will cover the full value of property even if the replacement is of lesser value than the original item. Answer: B. The policyholder will receive the full value of replacing the damaged property without any deduction for depreciation. Explanation: Replacement cost coverage pays for the full cost to replace or repair property without deducting for depreciation. This is different from actual cash value (SEV), which does take depreciation into account. The policyholder is compensated for replacing the property with something of like kind and quality to the original. Question 27. Which of the following best describes the term subrogation in insurance claims in New Jersey? A. The process of a policyholder suing an at-fault driver for damages. B. The insurance company's right to seek reimbursement from a third party responsible for the damage. C. The act of adjusting claims on behalf of a policyholder. D. The process of filing a claim with multiple insurers. Answer: B. The insurance company's right to seek reimbursement from a third party responsible for the damage. Explanation: Subrogation refers to the insurance company's right to recover funds from a third party who is responsible for causing a loss after paying a claim to the policyholder. This ensures that the insurer can be reimbursed for claims payout. Option A refers to litigation, not subrogation. Option C refers to the role of the claims adjuster, and option D refers to multiple claims, which is unrelated to subrogation. Question 20. In New Jersey, if a claims adjuster determines that an insurance claim is fraudulent, what should the adjuster do next? A. Approve the claim and inform the insurer of the fraud later. B. Ignore the fraud and allow the insurer to handle it. C. Report the suspected fraud to the appropriate authorities, including the insurer. D. Request a second opinion from another adjuster. Answer: C. Report the suspected fraud to the appropriate authorities, including the insurer. Explanation: If a claims adjuster suspects fraud, they are required to report the suspicion to the appropriate authorities, such as the insurance company or state regulators, so that it can be properly investigated. Fraudulent claims can lead to criminal charges, and the insurer may deny the claim. Option A is incorrect because fraudulent claims must not be approved. Option B is wrong because fraud must be reported immediately. Option D may be helpful in some cases, but is not a standard procedure for suspected fraud. Question 29. Under New Jersey law, which of the following is not considered an example of insurance fraud? A. An individual inflates the value of their personal property on an insurance claim. B. A policyholder falsely claims a theft occurred when it did not. C. A claims adjuster falsifies reports to reduce the settlement amount. D. An insured person fails to pay their premium on time. Answer: D. An insured person fails to pay their premium on time. Explanation: failure to pay premiums is a breach of contract or a policy violation, but it is not considered insurance fraud. Fraud typically involves deliberate misrepresentation or dishonesty in the claims process, such as inflating claim amounts, A. Falsifying theft, B. Or adjuster misconduct, C. Question 30. What is the main difference between actual cash value (ACV) and replacement cost coverage in New Jersey? A. ACV accounts for depreciation, while replacement cost does not. B. ACV covers only the cost of repairs, while replacement cost covers the full cost of replacing an item. C. ACV is typically more expensive than replacement cost coverage. D. Replacement cost provides coverage for the depreciation of the property. Answer: ACV accounts for depreciation, while replacement cost does not. Explanation: the key difference between actual cash value (ACV) and replacement cost is that ACV takes into account the depreciation of the property, meaning the insured receives the current value of the property after depreciation. Replacement cost, on the other hand, provides coverage for the full replacement cost of the property without deducting for depreciation, so the insured can replace the item with a similar one at today's prices.